Celebrating the hard work and determination of our area athletes. This is The Score on WQAD News 8.
Good evening and welcome to The Score Sunday. It was another fun week in the world of local sports. Playoffs beginning for football teams while volleyball teams in Iowa punch their ticket to the state tournament. Coming up tonight, we'll be talking with the North Scott girls volleyball team. The Lady Lancers making their third straight trip to state. Why they feel this year will be better than previous years. Erie-Prophetstown scores a big win in the opening round of the Class 2A playoffs. What has made this year so special for the Panthers? Our FCA Story of the Week features the new Blackhawk men's basketball coach, why his local ties could mean good things for the Braves, and we'll let you know who our score standouts are for this week. It has been quite the three-year run for the North Scott volleyball team, making it to the state volleyball tournament for the third consecutive year. The Lady Lancers enter this year's tournament as the number 2 seed in Class 4A. We are now joined by 3 members of the North Scott volleyball team. We have Scout Kershey, Alyssa Atson, and Lauren Gollinghorse. Ladies, first of all, congratulations on making it to state for the third straight year. And Scott, we'll start with you. Going into this year, being a senior, knowing the talent you had back, the team that you had back, were the expectations for this team as high as they have ever been heading into this season?
Yeah, I definitely think they were pretty high because we have been past years and we have a lot of the same players. So I feel like we had high expectations to have another good season.
Alyssa, you guys started off the season with a tough contest up in Clinton. And then obviously the MAC challenged you all year long. What did you enjoy this year about playing in the MAC and the teams that you had to face in the MAC? It was really good competition this year.
Yeah, the MAC always brings pretty good competition. Some teams competed against each other super well. And just knowing that we are able to compete against those good teams brings a lot of good vibes and good energy for us too, because we know that even though they're not in our class, they give us good competition.
Mm-hmm. Lauren, this group obviously on the court has a lot of weapons, a lot of talented players. It probably didn't take long for this group, because you've been playing together for so long, to kind of gel and get things going in the right direction this year, did it?
Yeah, we've been playing together for a long time. Even though I'm younger, I've still played with these girls from club season, and our connections are just always strong.
Mm-hmm. Scout, so what makes this team so good? Is it what you do in practice? Is it things you do on the side? What are the things that really make this team so good?
I think a big part of it is we all get along so well outside of volleyball. So then when on the court, it's just a lot easier for us to communicate and just kind of have a connection with each other, so that we just play every day.
Mm-hmm. Last week you played Central DeWitt, I think for the 4th time of the year. You'd beat them 3 previous times. Were there any nerves at all heading into that game, Alyssa, as far as, yeah, we've played them 3 times, they know what to expect, we know what to expect. Were there nerves, especially on your home court, knowing what was at stake, another trip to state for you ladies?
I mean, we both knew that it was a game both of us were trying to compete super hard for. It was a road to state game, so we knew we both were at the same stakes and wanted the same things. We wanted to win, and there were nerves ahead of it, but we knew what we were capable
of. Once you guys settled into the game and you win the first game, and you dominated all three games to advance. Lauren, did this team kind of find its groove early on and just kind of, I guess, fit right in back to what you guys have done successfully all season?
Yeah, we try to start off strong, and once we get in the groove, and we all just have the same energy, and it's just fun, we just play better.
Scout, you're headed back to state for the 3rd straight year. Going to state has been fun, obviously, but this year it seems like this team wants a little bit more. You've been there. The first round has been tough for you ladies. So what do you think will be different this time around when you get up there to play?
I think that we know how the past 2 years have went, and it kind of sucks, obviously, losing the first round, but I think we have a lot more connection, and I think we've grown as a team a lot this season. So I think we have a better opportunity,
Alyssa, because you know what to expect, do you think there'll be no nerves or do you think there'll still be some nerves because it is the first round of state?
There's always nerves, like walking into the arena, it's kind of scary at first, but we all have talked about just like calming down. It's just a game like any other one, and we're all there to play and to win and have fun.
So you open against Bondurant Farrar. Do you know much about them at this point, Lauren, or is it just a matter of taking care of what you ladies do best, game in and game out?
We have watched some film on them, and we've been in practice. We've been trying to set up our blocks and outside because they have a real good outside with a heavy arm, and we're just trying to make sure we can pick up any tips, line shots, cross shots, and we have the same energy throughout the game. We'll be just fine.
You ladies have had success the last 3 years, and I don't know if it's coincidence or if it was going to happen anyway, but once Taryn Van Eerwege took over for you ladies, you've had a lot of success. What has she brought to the table or brought to this team maybe that was that missing element to kind of get you ladies to where you're at, to be playing at a high level year in and year out, Scout?
She definitely has really high expectations for us, and I think that pushes us a lot harder to kind of get the outcome that we want. And I think that she is really good at pushing us and making sure that we reach those expectations. And she never likes to relax, I guess.
So I'm going to ask you ladies all the same question here. It's Halloween. So I want you to think back to your childhood even, and was there a favorite costume that you ladies wore, and what was it? Scout, I'll start with you since you're on the end there.
My favorite costume, I was Uniqua from the Backyard Kids. I used to love that show as a kid, and it was my favorite costume, and I still think about it every year.
How about for you, Alyssa?
I was a witch one year, and I got like a broom and everything. And I when I was trick-or-treating, I ran to everyone's house on a broom. And looking back, I probably looked so stupid, but it's funny.
And what about for you, Lauren?
I was kind of obsessed with zombies, and one year I was a zombie bride, and then the next year I was a zombie nerd. So I would just like zombies.
Just got to recycle a zombie every year. That's good. That's good. Do you miss those things? Do you miss doing that stuff?
Yeah.
Definitely having a fun childhood. It's not as fun now. Everyone doesn't think of Halloween like that anymore.
All right, the next one, and you can all answer this one. Favorite candy, whether you got it at Halloween or just in general, your favorite candy.
My favorite candy is Reese's peanut butter cups.
Mine's peanut butter M&Ms for sure.
I like Swedish fish.
All three great choices. There's nothing wrong with any of them. Well, ladies, again, congratulations on making it back to the state tournament for the third straight year. You play Bondurant Farrar in the opening round, which is on Monday at 4:00. Good luck to you, ladies, and hopefully we will see you at the end of the week, bringing home that big championship trophy.
Thank you.
Time for our first break. Up next, Panther Pride. Erie-Prophetstown is in the second round of the IHSA football playoffs. Why they have been so successful this season.
The Score continues on WQAD News 8.
It's been a historic season for Erie-Prophetstown football, winning the conference championship and now advancing to the second round of the football playoffs. We are now joined by three members of the Erie-Prophetstown Panther football team. We have Colby Franks, Mason Misfelt, and Connor Sibley with us. Gentlemen, congratulations on the great year. Congratulations on your opening round playoff win. And Colby, we'll start with you. Going into this year, many people, even around the conference, didn't think or didn't see this kind of run coming from you guys, but probably within your huddle, within your group, you probably saw it coming. So going into the year, what were the expectations for this team, and are you kind of right where you expected to be at this point?
Yeah, we just came into the year just one game at a time. We don't overlook anybody, and the off season we came together as a group and we just hit the weight room and got every summer practice. So we just don't look over anybody, take it one play at a time and kind of a next play mentality.
So Mason, what has made this team so good?
Our bonds together, just us growing up playing football for so long, like everyone's just so close and we can just connect. And then when we need to run the plays and execute, we just always execute because we know what we're supposed to do and it's just easy for us.
Connor, this team is on an 8-game win streak, has won 8 straight games. First time in program history. There's a lot of firsts that you guys have done this year. What does that mean to you to be a senior and to kind of be part of this whole this year and everything that you guys have been able to accomplish so far?
I mean, it's honestly a dream come true. We all came together and we knew our goals for the season. We all agreed that since our childhood, we wanted to make playoffs and we wanted to make a run. So just to get that and to make so many firsts in program history, just for the little kids growing up, I mean, just to look up to us, it's honestly just a blessing to be a part of.
Colby, another one is conference champs for the first time in school history. That was probably one of the big expectations that you had going into the year. To check that one off like you did, and then to kind of have that momentum going into the playoffs. What does that mean to this team to be rolling along right now?
Yeah, I mean, we went into the game just thinking that it's just another game. We kind of had to ignore all the talk and just be focused every game and don't blow it up more than it should be. So
you guys win a playoff game for the first time, I believe you said, since 2014. Then you're into the playoffs, into the second round of the playoffs for the first time since then, obviously. But there's more to it than that. I mean, you guys are excited to be there, obviously, Mason, but you're not satisfied with just being in the second round. I mean, there's more on the line than just playing a second round game, isn't there?
Yeah, there is for sure. We just want to keep going and play as many weeks as we can because next week is not guaranteed unless we work hard enough for it. So we just got to keep having a better practice than we have in past weeks.
Connor, talk about that part, because when you have a 9-week season, if you have a hiccup along the way, which you had one, you knew there was a next week. This week, like Mason just said, you have to earn a round 3 playoff game. You got a tough team coming in, but they have to face you. I mean, a lot of people are going to talk about them, but talk about this team and how motivated you are to get to that next round, to do something again that this program has never done before.
I mean, we've been in a lot of positions where everybody's not on our side and everybody just expects us to lose. And we've played 3 homecoming games. We've had to go on the road and play against 3 homecoming games. So we've been against that pressure and we know what it feels like to not be expected to win. And we know our community is going to come and support us on the road. So we're just excited for the opportunity we're going to get.
Colby, offensively, this team has put up a lot of numbers. Your name gets called a lot in the highlights, but I know it's not just you. You've got some great linemen. There's some great running backs and receivers. Kind of talk about why this offense is so good and so diverse.
Well, just the line, it all starts with them because when we're solid between the tackles, we want to run as much as possible, and we can't do that when 1 or 2 guys aren't doing their jobs. And I mean, we have a lot of people that can run the ball. Mason, Connor, Jace, me, and then we can throw it. Trevor and Braxton, just all around. Everybody trusts each other, and whoever's getting the ball, they're gonna run as hard as they can. And everybody's gonna do their jobs for one another. So.
Mason, in that first round game, you guys got challenged and then obviously stepped up to that challenge and ended up winning big. And you're going to face another challenge this week. Kind of talk about the defensive side of the ball and how you guys really prepare on that side and the challenge that you're going to face this week with Bishop Mack.
The challenges we faced last week coming into round 1 was that we just had to be good on the pass coverage, and our front 6, our linemen and linebackers just had to be good to stop the run game and get pressure on that quarterback to make him force a throw, to hopefully let our DBs get in a good situation and make the picks. And we had 2 or 3 of them yesterday, so we just got in the right position to get it. But coming into this week in round 2, they run a lot up the gut. They have some good running backs that we just have to watch out for, and we just have to be on our A game coming into the game.
Connor, do you feel like this week of practice that you feel like this group is really going to dial it back in again and be committed to everything that Coach Abbott is going to be telling you guys?
Yeah, that's one thing I've been impressed with our team is that we may have accomplishments along the road, but we're always ready for Monday practice and walkthroughs. So we just take it 1 week at a time, and we don't look into the future at all. And we just take it day by day, getting better day by day, and that's going to result in the outcome of Saturday. So we're just going to take it day by day.
Well, before I let you guys go, it is Halloween. So I want to ask you a couple fun questions. Colby, I'll start with you, and then Mason and Connor, you guys can answer as well. What was your favorite costume growing up?
Mine was probably Indiana Jones. This was my favorite movie, so.
Okay.
Mine was probably a giraffe.
A giraffe?
A giraffe. Nice. And
Weird.
no judging here. What was it for you, Connor?
Mine would I was a big Ben 10 fan growing up, and I went all out for that year. But I remember my sisters were cats that year, and it was hilarious, and they'd be meowing and stuff, and it was just the funniest thing ever. And it was our parents kind of like, they grouped us together in a lot of ways.
Nice.
For that, it was just a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I meowed back. Yeah, for sure.
And then the last one I have for you is your favorite candy, whether it be at Halloween time or just in general, your favorite candy.
Mine would probably be Sour Patch Kids.
Skittles.
I'm a big M&M's guy.
Excellent. All great choices, gentlemen. Well, again, continued success this week as you get ready for round 2 of the playoffs, and good luck in your game this week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's halftime. Up next, a new era. Why a new coach and a fresh start can mean success for the Blackhawk men's basketball team. It's next in our FCA Story of the Week on the Score Sunday. A familiar face is leading the Blackhawk men's basketball team, while Cannon Burridge is not a former Brave. He considers his new job a happy homecoming. FCA's Dan Pearson has the story.
Cannon Burridge comes home to Blackhawk College with a national championship in his rearview mirror. An assistant on the Des Moines Area Community College staff this past season, he hopes that image is closer than it appears as he leads the Braves.
One huge thing just about our championship run last year at DMAC was just the discipline that we had. I mentioned the everyday guy aspect. We had a bunch of those, just guys that show up, ready to compete. And we say that get it. It is just the fact that you represent more than yourself, more than your family, and more than your community. And with a bunch of guys that's brought in, everyday guys, and they show up and they get it, great things happen like national championships.
The buy-in is in place as 17 players go through preseason drills. They've got size, athleticism, and hunger.
I think the tone that we set is pretty important. It's a good feeling to be the first of something. I feel like we can set a good precedence.
We want to be winners. We got to do whatever it takes to be winners. Everything has to be correct and precise to the T. We always run into, we got to be in good condition. So he just wants everything to be crisp right now and holding us to a high standard, and we got to accept that.
From a big picture perspective, Burridge and the Braves don't have to look far for basketball talent. The Quad City talent pool is full and has very much gone untapped by many college recruiters through the years.
The Quad Cities is definitely a hotbed for talent. It's my goal to, keep all the junior college talent home. I think that would be a great goal. It's, the Quad Cities, they deserve a good basketball team, something to look forward to. It's in our culture, and I'm happy to put something on that the Quad Cities can be excited about.
There's much more than basketball motivating Burridge, who played at United Township High School, DMAC, the University of Texas San Antonio, and even pro ball overseas.
Whether it's succeed in class or succeed in life, this junior college level, it's very intricate. A lot of times, guys are 1 or 2 years away from, going off a different path or just, losing themselves completely. And, I take pride in being there for them at this stage, and I think it fits me well. So this is definitely my calling.
Cannon Burridge, impacting young players, young lives through the connection of sport. With the FCA Story of the Week, I'm Dan Pearson.
Thanks, Dan. Now for the Blackhawk women's basketball team, the wait is nearly over. The Lady Braves hit the hardwood next week for the first time in nearly 2 years. Blackhawks sat idle last season due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Head coach Logan Fry is set to finally begin his second season at the helm for the Lady Braves. Blackhawk boast a roster full of new faces with just one player back with college basketball experience. These ladies are not ready to get back to work, and they're ready to get back to work and get back to the game they love.
It means a lot to us. It's very exciting. Ever since the day one, there's been a tremendous amount of energy, a tremendous amount of leadership. We had an alternate season last year, had a little bit of success, so I think that little bit of success last year translating into this year, kind of with a lot, kind of a chip on our shoulder with a chance to go out and compete and kind of prove themselves this year.
I'm eager to play and I'm ready to go. And I think along with my fellow other sophomores who didn't get that year and our super sophomore that's on our third year, we're all ready to play together. And we had a few scrimmages last year, so that kind of gave us a feel on how good we could actually be. As long as we go out and compete and do everything that we know how to do, we'll be able to compete with them and really give them a run for their money. And like you said, we don't have anything to lose since we didn't have a season, so we can just show everyone what we actually can do.
The Lady Braves open their season November 5th at the Parkland Classic in Champaign. Time for our last break. Ready to stand out. We'll let you know who you can vote for in this week's Score Standout poll. It's next on the Score Sunday. Time to announce this week's Midwest Technical Institute Score Standouts. We'll start with Quantarian Brooks. He sets a single-game rushing record for the Rocks with 300 yards and 6 scores in their playoff game. And Ava Schubert from Assumption. She records 16 kills, 2 blocks, and 3 aces as the Lady Knights are headed back to the state volleyball tournament. Here are the rest of this week's Mti Score Standouts. Grace Egan from Sterling. She leads the Golden Warriors to a regional title with 16 kills and 8 digs. And Connor Groover from Easton Valley. He scores 6 touchdowns and has 309 total yards in a Riverhawks win. You can vote for this week's Score Standouts on Twitter at @thescorewqad or go to the sports page, WQAD.com, and follow the link. Polls are open until Thursday at noon. That's our show for tonight. We'd like to thank you for watching. We hope to see you back here next week for the Score Sunday.